much. It's really hard to go up right after Linda. But I wanted to introduce you all, for those of you who haven't met him yet, Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado. Real quick, since he's become the Lieutenant Governor, and since he's been coming down to Nassau County, everything I hear from members is, when is he coming back? He's been so popular amongst our membership that they've been asking for him to come back, but what they know as well is that he was a champion and still is a champion for young people, going back to when he was in Congress, going back to his work right now as Lieutenant Governor, and shout out to our Governor Hochul as well for their initiatives to advance the lives of young people and on Long Island and the entire state. So without further ado, Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado.
Hard to follow.
Yeah.
I want to thank the young Dems, John and Jared, for your leadership, and for all of you who, despite, I think, a very reasonable belief that it's very hard right now. It's easy to be cynical and pessimistic, skeptical, and so I'm always moved by young people's willingness and desire to lean on your idealism and your passion and to persevere. So I just want to really pause on just the strength of you young people who are living in incredibly difficult times and nonetheless finding the courage, the wherewithal, the tenacity, the resilience to keep believing in democracy and to keep believing in progress, despite all of the challenges. I certainly want to acknowledge Slave Member Levine for your leadership, sir, our hosts here today. Yes, thank you, sir. To my fellow honorees, Linda, you are an incredible example of what it means to persevere and to find that infinite power that lies with every single one of us. And you know it well, because that power is love. That power is a power that nothing can touch, and it lives in every single one of us. And thank you for being the example that you are, a tireless one every single day. And damn it, if you can get up every day and fight like hell the way you do, come on, we should be able to do it. Kyla, welcome home, welcome back. Thank you for your activism. Every time I'm around you, your passion, your dedication, it is an honor to be able to receive recognition alongside of you, and I just can't wait to see you continue to grow and lean into your power and be who you are. So thank you for your voice, and it's a pleasure to be on this stage with you. To my good friend, Comptroller DiNapoli. I mean, seriously, you talk about the epitome of a public servant. You talk about the definition of an individual who consistently leads with character, with integrity, with civility, with decency, with professionalism, with excellence. Is there a better example than our Comptroller DiNapoli? Come on. I'm not going to speak very long, but I do want to say a few things, because the stakes are high, and we have an opportunity right now, both right here, right now, in New York, Nassau, in districts all across this state, and local races. Shout out to Laura Gillen, shout out to Linda Lynn and to Kim, who are running and stepping up. We have to engage at every level, understanding that the contrast is bigger than left-right politics. It is about right-wrong. It's fundamentally about, are we going to allow fear-mongering, extremism, division? Are we going to allow that to become the norm for how we conduct public affairs, how we conduct ourselves as a civil society grounded in our commitment to democracy? Or are we going to lean on our essential values, our foundational values, freedom, equality, fairness, compassion, unity, love, truth, the things that we know deep, deep down inside by virtue of being human beings that we believe in, that make us who we are, and fundamentally that when we get it right, actually make this country great. Actually make this country great. There are too many actors across the government, at every level of government, who are getting a pass, who are willing to fall in line behind cheaters and liars and thieves and demagogues. That's given a pass. And it's undermining and undercutting the very legitimacy of our democracy, making people want to walk away, dismiss everybody, and engage in, I think, a real death trap for our democracy, and that is false equivalency. They're all the same. They all just want power. They don't really care about us. We're all just pawns. That's a lie. There are real, genuine public servants who do care about the people, who want power to serve, not power to control. Power to serve, power to help, power to lend themselves to people on the ground who need it. We have to believe in that, because the moment we stop believing in that, the void is filled by demagogues, by bad actors, by individuals who know they can exploit it and pit us against each other. We don't have time for that. And if ever there was a time to realize how important this moment is, and the stakes being as high as they are, this is the time. Because that power that they use to control is the power to keep us where we are, as opposed to moving forward to protect our children inside of our schools and our teachers inside of our schools. It's the power to control women's reproductive rights. It's the power to control when, where, and how you can vote. It's the power to control the very air you can breathe and the water you drink. It's the power to control the kind of wages you can earn and the opportunities you can pursue and who's able to get them. The power to maintain things as they are instead of moving forward in the name of progress, in the name of justice, and in the name of fairness. These are the stakes. We have in Congress a very, very small window here that we can overcome, a margin here we can overcome as Democrats. And I know that, as Linda pointed out, we're not a battleground state, but you better believe this cycle, we certainly are. Because we have at least 5, including New York 4, that we have got to be able to flip. And if New York does its job, if we here, right here, do our job, we are an essential component to the path to victory, to reclaim the House and make Hakeem Jeffries the Speaker. This is just some fight that's happening somewhere else, in someone else's backyard. This is happening on our own backyard, and we are in control. So let me just conclude by saying this, because some of you might not know this about me, but when I ran for Congress back in 2018, I ran in a district that Trump had won by 7 points. No Democrat ever won it. The 8th most rural congressional seat in the entire country. A third independent, a third Democrat, a third Republican. About 5,000 family-owned farms in this district. So when I came along to run, an upstart, no political experience whatsoever, of color, with a hip-hop album with me on the cover with a hoodie, a lot of people said there's no way. There's no way this can happen. There's no way he can win. But guess what? Not only did we win, despite all of the negative advertising and the race baiting as they did, trying to be a thug or a gangster, however they wanted to put it, we showed up, we listened, we worked, we knocked on doors, and we showed that we cared about people. And we led with love. We led from the heart. And I'm telling you, when you do that, it is irresistible. Because we're human. And by virtue of being human, love is irresistible. It is the most natural emotion that we possess. You have to learn how to hate, not how to love. And so the more we can tap into that power, the more we can lean into that and truly believe in it as an article of faith that underpins our very democracy, which is built upon a moral idea that we are all created equal, the more we can protect our democracy and we can sustain ourselves and protect our future. These are the stakes. I won in 2018. I flipped counties that Trump won. I won counties that Trump won the second go round, and we did it because we led with love. An unfaltering, unconditional love. A strong and demanding love that people will gravitate to. You gotta be firm in how you stand, but you gotta be humble in how you listen. You gotta be humble and receive. These are the stakes. And I know everybody here is ready to meet those stakes, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
I want to thank you all for what you're doing. Continue to do it. 59 days? 59 days. Keep knocking on doors. Keep making those phone calls. Write postcards. Have difficult conversations. Make yourself vulnerable. And love yourselves and love each other. Thank you so much.